You're listening to Kate of Gaia on Critical Mass Radio. The game is up. Now, it's our turn.
Good evening, welcome to Outside the Box. Yours truly, Kate of Gaia, coming at you in the soul. Never mind this meat stick stuff. Here on criticalmassradio.co.uk. Tonight is going to be a very passionate night, I assure you. I have reached the point of intolerance. And, people are either going to wake up and get this, or I bid you fair and fond farewell to you and your soul and everything you thought you were and ever could be. The choice is, of course, yours. It's entirely up to you. People can stay in complete ignorance and conflict and ego jibber-jabber, caught in the illusional matrix called legal, common law, anything to do with this system at all. You want that, knock yourself out. So here's your choice. You can be idiots and stand behind guns and threats, or you can stand behind the power of creation. The trouble is, though, you have to stand in truth on that one. And the truth is not comfortable. It will be as a pea to the princess. And no matter how many mattresses you pile on that pea, your sorry ass is never going to go to sleep. And I promise you, I will make sure that that pea is so large and so covered in thorns tonight that you will have a choice. It will be clear. You commit spiritual suicide, or you carry on with the game. Because those that want to still play in this matrix, you are harming the children of this planet, and I see you in the same light as a rapist pedophile. I don't have gray areas. You're either doing good or you are doing evil. You either support benevolence or you support malevolence. And I assure you, anything you support in the system via consenting, agreeing, thinking you are the legal name on a piece of paper has you in the not quite so loved group by me. Because you are part and party to every murder of every child, every rape of every child on this planet. Because here's the facts. Boys and girls, there's no stop or slow down on this one. If you are supporting a system that enables this to happen, then you are party to the crime. And I don't care if you're sitting in the getaway car at a bank robbery. If someone gets killed in the bank, you're charged with murder. That's why every sin or every crime is one, none more serious than another. You either stand in the light or you stand in the poison of the dark Luciferian light. It's really, really that simple. And I am intolerant, and I've had a day of this. I have to tell you, people that are showing up in droves that are getting this. I actually have a very hard time reading my emails now. I just got them finally open and went through quite a few of them already. And it's the same message. I got to tell you, one of the things that motivates me, it's actually the motivator for me, is watching when people go, oh my God, I get it. And then all of a sudden, their universe shifts. And those that want to stay in the meat stick paradigm of anger, hate, guns, war, all the rest of this shit, you're saying it's okay for people to rape children. And see, here's what a compassionate being does. Just like the ending of the 1958 movie, The Fly, where a fly or human was trapped in the web, and the spider that was going to feed upon it was coming at it and started to bite into this human. And of course, what happened? Well, a human grabbed a big rock and crushed them both. That's what compassion does. It puts psychopathy, insanity, malevolence, evil out of its misery. And if people are not willing to wake up to the simple truth, and I don't care if you believe it or not, here's the challenge. You got to go and prove everything I've done wrong. Good luck. And you better do it from an outside-the-box perspective. Because until you see the true nature of this game, The spiritual nature, you are blinded and stuck in a meat stick reality thinking that this is all there is. Ask yourself that question, is this all there is? And then ask yourself this question, seriously? Really? Is this all there is? And you might be surprised at your own answer. You actually might listen to yourself and hear the truth for the first time in your miserable existence, like it took me to hear the truth the first time in my miserable existence. As I promised, I will not be gentle tonight. Do not go gentle into that good night. I am here with a swathing scythe. And I talked to Randy earlier today. We're going to get into this, but first off, I'd already talked to Colleen as well. I want her to share both of her stories that she shared at the end in the recording last night, which is one of the reasons why I really would like to limit these to 2 hours so that we have everybody. And, we're not tailing off at the last where some of the juiciest bits come out. Get your juicy bits out now, please, okay, while we've got like over 1 million listeners tuned in. That would be really, really cool, Guys, big hats off. I have to tell you, I received a copy of the translation into Mandarin Chinese today. And when I opened it up, it was just pure art. And although I cannot read it, I will tell you what came off that page was something beyond beautiful. Never mind the characters, which are gorgeous in terms of. I love the Chinese and Japanese and Korean characters. They're just they're so beautiful, and they carry concepts within them. So anyway, a great big thank you to Glenn and Rhea. I believe they're in Hong Kong for getting together and putting the effort into this, and I know it could not have been easy. Not only are you translating a language, you're also translating all the characters as well. And here's the gift you gave humanity, Rhea. You set the Mandarin Chinese consciousness free with your translation. That's a big deal. And I need you to know the power you wield when you translated that. You translated the contract. And the contract, once there, is done. Only if but one shall awaken. And every one of you is the one every time you do this. If but one shall awaken. And that's all of us. And that's all I'm hoping for with you guys. And I tell you, this is why, for me, there is no doubt, absolutely no doubt in my mind, the power of what it is we're doing. We are currently running what is the percent success? 100% success rate. This kills everything. This kills absolutely everything. And I do want to talk about the Bundy Ranch in particular tonight. That's why I wanted to bring Randy in. But first off, I'll get Colleen to share some stuff. And guys, I am completely intolerant of literal, anything regarding legal nonsense, which is just a matrix to get you all wrapped up in that web for the spider to feed on you. Well, this is Kate of Gaia taking that rock and crushing both of you. It's really that simple. Get out of the web. Get out of the web stirs. No, it's not a coincidence. We proved that long ago. So your mission, if you want to challenge me, well, one, you better read all the writings on kateofgaia.wordpress.com, and you better go over every single thing that I have shared in that. And then you can open your mouth. Because until then, it's just a fucking ego. And I have no time for egos. For anyone that's been at this table for any length of time, I cut through that program very quickly. Because that's all it is. It's not you. You're perfect. Try drilling that through people's heads. You're perfect. No, really, you are. I know you are. I can see you. It's that shit program you have running that makes you think it's you. The tricky little bastard, the ego, the emotions. Call it whatever. The react ions, the reactions. That's all ego. And I have really no other word to use other than that. It's something that can put a label on it. But I tell you, it's very simple, though. E being yan in the mirror, the darkness, the true dark in the mirror. The G being the hex of consciousness. And the O being all of creation's womb. So what do we have? We have the consciousness hex in the womb, which is being removed. And when you exercise your rights, R-I-T-E-S, versus the stupidity of someone thinking they need permission to have rights, like someone else can tell you what rights you have, well, you're either going to do evil or do good. And don't worry, Mama Papa Universe is going to deal you up. You see, this is the joy of knowing the heart of all creation. It's already done. And the free will choice is for you to accept truth or keep running blind into the muzzles of federal troops. There's one key that unlocks your door to freedom and locks the door behind you that none of the werewolves, vampires, commonly called corporate governments. I don't care if it's a state government, I don't care if it's a town government, municipality, a federal, or a world government. Because this key that we share here every night is the one key, the one ring that rules them all. And we only have a 100% success rate to prove it. For those that still have doubts, that are still living in the fishhead Piscean era, get your ass to Aquarius. Get into the I know stuff instead of the I believe. So you can doubt me all you want. I don't give a shit personally. What I do give a shit about is if people are going to continually see this and deny it, then you are as guilty as the pedophile priest or rabbi rapist. So you might as well get out there and get busy being a real evil monster, because your ignorance already has you as one anyway. You know, in for the penny, in for the pound, boys and girls. This is the shit or get off the pot moment. It really is that simple. And I really am that intolerant now. So that being said, we are solution-based, not theory. No, not theory here. You see, the joy of what I've done for me in terms of my own walk is everything I've written, I walked first. I didn't hand it to someone to go and walk for me. Sorry, I'll take care of my own business, and I'll tell you something. I can walk on the minefields because I know the mines are powerless. And yes, I stepped on a few. And whatever you want to refer to this dark principality, archonic energy, whatever the hell you want to call it, did its level best to try and make me buckle. You know, first by destroying family and stealing home. You guys have heard the story. It's old. To say I've been through the mill is a pretty accurate statement. So I'm going to urge those that are perchance listening as part of the Bundy family, I need you guys, if you have at your fingertips an opportunity to change the world. And I mean in such a level, in such a way that you cannot even fathom right now. Because I'll tell you this, any assumption or presumption of legal Bundy name, well, the feds can come in and take their property because you're a slave, you're dead by consent. So if you want to be a dead legal fiction slave by claiming to be the legal name that you do not own, you never did own the legal name, your name is yours. But you see, here's the problem. You get confused between what is your name and what is legal name. And that's where the hardest thing is to get across to people, because they have a hard time differentiating. Well, what's the difference? Well, I'll tell you. One is going to set your soul free, and the other one is going to allow the dark archonic energy to feed on you, where you're in the cheerleading section of watching rapists, pedophiles, do their thing to children. And I mean it literally. So anyway, I'll bring Randy in for now, and then we'll get the others that have chimed in here. Randy, let's get. This will only take about 5 minutes to get this point across. Randy, you there?
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, this is how complicated it is. It's like so complicated. It'll take about 5 minutes to get. Hopefully. And here's the challenge to everyone listening: go ahead and prove what we're about to share wrong. And good luck with it. You better, like I said, you better get to my website and read, because you're going to need to know how these soul contracts were actually initiated, how they were sealed, what's really going on with loans and mortgages, and the Midas touch and things like that. Because things that I've written were all written from an experiential, spiritual perspective, not a physical. I mean, I endured the physical effects of what I did, but I also knew the cause that was involved in it. So, Randy, if you had something to say to the Bundy family, and my wish, Randy, you know this, is for them to keep their land. I can show them how to do it without guns, without anything. So that's simple. My intent here. It is simple. So why don't you share what you know, and we've got others here. I'm just going to open the mics up, guys. So feel free, Randy. You take the line first, but everybody else, feel free to confirm what Randy's about to share. Go ahead, Ray.
All right, gang.
No.
So someone's mics are open and I can hear you talking there. That's cool. All right, just letting you know. So, Bundy family, just so you know, you don't need anyone's approval to do anything. You've already got this, okay? But what it's going to require for you is to hold back your predetermined thoughts, your trained thoughts, your programmed thoughts from education, from society, from laws, okay? You're going to have to hold those back and just listen. Hear what we're saying, and I think it's really going to help you in the long run and even tomorrow or the next minute, okay? So imagine that everything you've been taught is a lie, okay? Now move forward. All right, I've been pulled over. They couldn't do anything to me. Why? Because they did not have any contract with me because I do not own a legal name. I no longer do. U.S. Marshals, I have dealt with them. I put them into my jurisdiction, told them that I'm a living soul, and they could do nothing to me. They then began calling me sir, not mister.
Yeah, it's a big shift.
It's a shift. I didn't have any weaponry. My weaponry was what? Truth. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. You win a war before a battle is ever begun.
Okay? We got the key.
Did not have weapons. These are the keys. I am not a legal name. How can I be a legal name? Then you should arrest the name on the paper, guys. Right? Arrest it all you want.
Okay, let's make it really clear, because I don't want to get too far off into literal land. Stay the concept here. If the name appears on paper anywhere, it is not you. Name, it is not owned by you. And the mere fact that you claim to own it and use it for all manner of horrible Babylon commerce with your mark of the beast, read Revelations. It's all in there. We just figured the code out, that's all. Okay, so if it's on a piece of paper, if it's a legal name, it isn't you. And if it can be assumed or presumed that you think that you are the legal name, the tricky bastards that they are, and the cops and feds and all the rest of them are trained to lie, so get that through your skulls first. They're bullshit artists. I've seen the training manuals. I've read them. It is all about deception. It is all about questioning people to get them into a line of answering that will absolutely condemn you. It's simple. Are you so-and-so? No.
Nope.
Can't be. And just to explain it even further, there was a time I was in a holding cell. They did not know my name still. They had no joinder. And I have a website. So someone took a photo of it, one of the coppers, and he held it, came in, and he said, I gotcha. You have a website. I said, you're right. I do have a website. But that's a picture. This is me, as I pointed to my face. That's the difference. You are not a name. You are not the photo on the page. You are not the ID. That's why cops cannot ask you for your name. They have to say license and registration, because only bar members can ask you for your name. And even then, you don't give it.
Well, again,
asking you for your name is fraud.
Well, exactly. Anyone that asks you, it doesn't matter. There's no specifics here. It's one ring rules them all. If anyone asks anyone for their legal name with intention to contract, i.e., cops, lawyers, bailiffs, judges, government officials, anyone that is sworn and oathed to the Crown Corporation. You might confuse that with the United States government. It's the same thing. Best wake up to this. There's only 2 jurisdictions on this planet. There is the dead legal name fiction realm. That's the jurisfiction. And you. You are your own spoken oath. And if you are going to speak to a dead name, then you are consenting to be dead already. And there is no universal dishonor if they put a fucking stick in your head because you've already consented to be dead anyway. You might want to pay attention to that. You might want to put your silly little guns down. You might want to put your anger and violence away and really start actually acting like grown-ups to get the truth that is absolutely 100% perfect shield around you with a perfect track record since you unveiled it. I'm going to leave the floor open now. I think we covered it. Use the name. You're the game. You're dead.
You're a tool. Done.
You're a tool. You're a slave.
You're a corpse oration. Talking Dead.
The Walking Dead, the zombie allegory. It's all there. I mean, the universe has been trying to tell you and wake you up by zombie movies and all the rest of it. You are the Walking Dead. We, on the other hand, that are speaking now, are the living soul.
Truth.
And only in the truth can you get free. Or stand lies.
Yeah, and there is no right or wrong. There is truth and everything else. The truth here is you are not a name. Period.
Legal. Let me clarify, Randy. We got to keep.
Thank you. Yeah.
You are not a legal name. Yes, you have a name, but you better understand the difference, because one is dead and one is living. The name that was given to you by your parents that was stolen through a deception called registration, birth certificate fraud, the original sin has been exposed. And this has been verified by top-level judges, top-level super lawyers. Okay, so don't take my word for it.
But
all
Katie,
I did was the homework.
How is Mr. Bundy going to deal with the feds if he doesn't have a name?
Well, that's the problem, you see, because until they get you to consent to be that legal name, the werewolves and vampires cannot come into your reality. That is a fact. You will not believe it. You will doubt it, and you will go, "Oh no, that can't. That sounds like magic." Yeah, it's the highest order of pure magic. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open it up to the floor here. Colleen, maybe you're going to share both your stories to start getting people into the mindset. And I am so tired of people talking legal or common law drivel. And I'm calling Doug Riddle out. Get with a fucking program, buddy. There's no accepted for value. You're keeping people in the game. You are harming people. And that's exactly why Dean Clifford is in jail until he fucking figures it out, because he's teaching people how to harm themselves and allow child rapists to get away with what they get away with. And you're party to it. Choose. Interact with Babylon, boys and girls, and it's just a thought away. Literally. Colleen, please share your stories. Let's wake these sleepy, supposed grown-up adults up and stop them from acting like the mindless, screaming, bratty child in the cereal aisle. Here's your fucking decoder ring. You don't need the cereal. Go ahead, Colleen.
No. Hi, Kate. Hi, everyone. I'll just repeat the first part of the story from last night. I was driving on the other side of town and just happened to be in the block of our government center here, which has a little jail in the back of it. And I was coming into an intersection. Yes.
Colleen, change that hour to the, please. Stop owning it. I'm trying to get people out of these habits. The fictional government building. That's really worked this home, guys, because we're the ones to do it. Fair?
Yes.
Okay.
The fictional government center. And I was coming up to the intersection driving, and there was a red light. And to the right of me and up in front just slightly was a truck. And so the light must have changed. I couldn't quite see the light, and so the truck went. So I automatically started to go, and once I was almost in the middle of the intersection, I looked up and I saw there was a turn light, and it was red. So I was not supposed to go. So as I'm there in the middle of the intersection, I look, and here's a bus coming right at me. It was a city bus. No one was on it but the bus driver. And so I swerved to the left and then made my left, and the bus driver had to swerve a little bit. I did wave to him, but I don't know if he saw me. So I made the left and then continued to go down the road. Everybody was okay, but what was so interesting, it was as if everything stood still. There was not one other car, no person, nowhere around in that intersection. It was as if it was a movie set, and everybody was stopped and then waiting to take their next move. So I'm going down the way I was headed, and I looked in my rearview mirror, and here behind me, a way long block, I can see the lights flashing, coming up faster and faster behind me. And I thought, how the heck did he see that in that intersection as far away as he was? But here he comes. So I thought, okay. I had a great place to pull over. I came down a little hill off of the main road, and here, seconds later, he pulls in, and he pulls next to me but behind me a little bit. And I had my window down. He gets out of his car and starts to my window, and I just kind of hung out my window, and I said, I can't believe I did that. And he said to me, what were you thinking? And I said, I kind of put my hand up and I said, I guess I didn't see the light. And then he said to me, have you been drinking? And, this whole time I'm just kind of like really peaceful and calm and kind of in a playful energy. And when he said, have you been drinking? I said, it's only 3 o'clock. No, of course I have not been drinking. And he said, I want to see your eyes. I had my sunglasses on. So I pulled my sunglasses down just like on the edge of my nose. And he's standing right there at the window. And I look deep in his eyes, and his phone rings. He takes the call right next to me in the window. He didn't go back to his car and take the call. He stood right there. And he was listening. Then I heard him say, okay, yes, I'll be right there. He closes his Narmer palette. He never asked me my name. He never said, your plates, your registration is expired. He didn't ask for my license. He said, be careful out there, ma'am. He closes and he gets in his car and drives away. So you talk about magic, and how I said it last night, it was like the different variations of the invisibility cloak. It was kind of like I was going in and out of it. So he saw me and, at that intersection, but it was like in and out because it was like magic happened there. And whether you want to call it an intervention of some kind that maybe probable that I created it to happen.
Okay, we're going to take maybe and probable and doubt and silliness, okay. and we're going to take our power finally, Colleen, so no more pussyfooting around. All right?
Got it.
Stand to post, do not yield, none shall pass. You got the game, stop doubting it.
Okay, so I do not carry ID with me. My plates, I've let them expire. I still have my license. I leave it at home. And that part, is still, I'm still working on that. In a way, selfish because I wanted to keep it if I had to get to my daughter who's 5 hours away. So that's why, if you want to call an excuse or whatever, that I still have it, but I do not carry it on me. And I was not going to give my name at all if he asked, or my license. So then 2 days later, I'm in the car driving, and a friend's in the car with me.
I'm up for it.
Okay, mics are open, guys, just to let you know.
So 2 days later, I'm driving again, Kate, and I have a friend in the car, and the lights are flashing behind me. So I pulled over, and I told my friend, if they ask you anything about me, don't say a word. So I know I didn't do anything, so I thought I was being pulled over for the plates, because here in California, you have to have the color of the sticker for the year on your plates.
If you're a legal slave, yes. If you need to have a master and you need to be a legal slave puts the proof that they are a legal slave and completely sold. You sold your soul, and that's what that is. Let's really drive this point home tonight, guys. I don't want to be gentle about these pussies that want to be legal name slaves. Fair? Works for me. Let's party.
Fair. Okay.
Agreed.
So I pulled over, and here he comes, and he looked angry, and so I put the window down, and I said, "What's the problem?" And he said, "You didn't have your seatbelt on. Did you just put it on?" And I thought, he sounded like a psychopath. And I said, I had my seatbelt on, and I showed him. I said, the seatbelt cuts in my neck here, and I had a pull down off my shoulder. Well, you can't do that. And he said, that's for your safety. And I swear his phone rang. The exact same scenario. He took the call, he hung up, and he said to me, make sure you wear that seatbelt. Have a good day. And he left.
Yeah,
Never
just
asked
a reminder.
me anything.
Yeah, exactly. Just another reminder. This is the power that you wield. Apparently, God likes calling a lot. Isn't that funny how that just seems to magically happen because it's meant to happen? This is exactly the power I speak of. And you won't believe it until you start actually standing in truth instead of being a coward hiding behind the matrix of illusional legal shit, thinking that you can defend yourself with a gun. Sorry, you're a dead slave, consented to be such, using a legal name, and you pull a gun on your master that you've agreed to be a slave to, called the system, and those that work for the system. No, there's no harm, no foul if they put one in your head. It's universally honorable. See, ignorance of the law is the defense of it. And I'm talking about universal law here, boys and girls, not the man-made shit and matrix that you're dealing with, that you shouldn't even be talking about. But absolutely, yeah. And
that's what it felt like, kind of, Kate. Doesn't it feel like that, kind of like in and out of that invisibility cloak? And I also have to say, each person has to do it in their own style. I came more with the art of peace, taking his energy, their energy, and kind of just keeping it light and not going into the fear and not going into fighting.
Because you don't need to.
Yeah.
The illusion is thinking you need to fight, and they own your mind in that ego construct so completely. Got to fight. Got to get the cereal. I want my cereal. I want my cereal. Decoder ring. Here's your decoder ring. Now shut up. We're going to go to the toy department later. Okay? Grow up. Grow a pair and stand.
Yeah.
Right.
Kate, may I have the feather?
Oh, Richard, please, by all means, go ahead.
Okay.
Just turn your... If someone's got their speaker volume up, I'm hearing an echo, so please kill the volume.
That's me. How about that?
Oh, okay.
Is that better?
That's better. Thank you.
Okay, is that good?
Yeah, good to go.
It's clear.
Okay, Colleen, I got much respect for you. Okay, great story. All right, I got Vince here with me. He and I have been watching and listening to all this, and I want to make a point here. Okay, you pulled over. He comes up. He says, what were you thinking? That's a question, okay? Let's not answer questions with statements, okay? Silence is golden there. At this point right here, he still has the ball, all right? When he approaches your window, you've only got one question. One question. Because you want to ask king. Asking as king, right? You answer back with a question. When he asks your name, okay, because that's the next question. If you don't respond to his question, what were you thinking, right? He's trying to get control here. Silence is golden. At this point right here, you wait for his next question, which will be, may I have your ID? You simply say at that point.
Richard, I'm going to jump in here because you're scripting and you're showing people how to create something that doesn't exist. And I'm going to ask you to not do that. Just simply stand in the truth. I know where you're going and I totally get it. And that, 3 or 4 or 5 months ago, absolutely. But right now, there is no asking God anything. You are in that position. So, and I want to thank you for the contrast for me to be able to illustrate that.
Yes, thank you.
You don't need to ask.
I would like to jump in.
Okay, Tracy, now just be mindful, hon. I don't want you jumping in and out all fucking night. Okay, guys. Just, I want to make that clear.
I can do it in 1 second.
Well, somebody's got speakers going on. So just bear with me, guys.
I apologize.
Okay, now I want to ask everybody that's on the table. You don't have to answer. Okay, please, speakers, guys. Please. I said at the beginning of this table talk tonight that I will not be gentle and I am completely intolerant. Does everybody understand what I mean by that? Good. The answer is okay. Now let's play like the grown-ups bringing the inner child, cleaning the nursery up to bring heaven home, shall we? Please. Thank you. Carry on, Tracy.
I just wanted to...
go ahead, Colleen.
Okay,
yes,
thank you.
Go ahead, Colleen.
Okay, I just wanted to answer to that, and like you said, Kate, standing in your truth, and I really felt that I had no charge. I was completely, I can't say that I had the whole script of what I'm supposed to, or what I have learned at this table.
Okay. Colleen,
at that time.
Colleen, yes. let me clarify this one more time.
Okay.
And I do it every night. At what point do you honestly believe for 1 fucking second that you can outthink the heart of creation itself? How about you just accept it and let it flow? Does that work for everybody? Works for me every single time. Stop
and that's what I did.
Trying to be a Luciferian doer and controlling the situation that is already created. You're creating another scenario with that Luciferian, I got to get this done. I got to do this my way. Fuck your way, and how about you stand in the truth? Does that work? It works for me. Everybody? Yeah, okay.
Yes, yes.
I even went in the Skype room tonight to say, I'm not going to be gentle tonight.
That's how I felt, Kate, too. And so it just unfolded the way that it did, and it was magic as far as it felt to me. And the second one, too.
Yeah, and that's it. Just be. There's no doing here. And someone has still got their mic or speakers or something going on. Can you fucking mute your end, guys? Because I want to keep the lines open. How many times do I have to say this every night? 7 nights a week. Seriously. Can you guys just grow up for 5 minutes and pay attention? If you put your hand up, make sure it's quiet behind you. Or I'm just going to consider you someone that is rude and beyond the courtesy of all others serving yourself. I am not going to be gentle tonight. So keep that in mind. Well, again, I don't care who it is, guys. I don't. That's not the point. This is we all do it together. Go ahead, Richard. The feather is yours.
Okay, thank you. I have you know about my friend Vince, right?
Yes.
He's been diligently coming over here every evening to listen to your program. Okay, our program. Okay. and we've been working very steady on this. Okay, Vince got his clock cleaned as well. All right, and I'm doing all I can to to show him the contrast in this program. The only point that I have to say is that if we continue to not let them take control of the process, because ultimately we need to make them aware of the fact that they are committing fraud by asking the name. And all I'm saying is that we should keep them at that point.
Well, absolutely.
Correct?
Oh, yes. However, you're scripting them into your play when you do that. This is the power of you. When your thoughts go out, knowing who you are, those thoughts are pure consciousness contract. I know you don't believe this. I know you don't fully understand the power you're wielding. I do. And this is what I'm trying to tell each and every one of you. And each and every one of you, as I did, but no longer, are still trying to convince ourselves that we need to control the outcome. Where the outcome is already perfect, all you need to do is accept that and go, I'm good, Mama, Papa, take me home. But oh no, Lucifer comes in. There's the left brain Satan coming in and saying, no, you need to ask this and you need to do that. You need to control and manipulate so I can keep your sorry ass trapped here. And it really is that. I do understand, Richard, totally. And as per you'd tagged me, I think a few days ago, can you contact me with regards to your wish so that I can make that come true, please?
Oh, yeah, I'm getting you off mute here. Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Okay, so you see, this is how universe gifts, right? Mm-hmm. It picks the moment. There he is. Let's just stay the course. Please stop helping people script their own shit. Okay?
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm done. Hey, one last thing. One last little comment here, and I'll hand it back to Feather. Our dear brother Michael is got issues, and I plan to...
I already know, hon. I already know. That's why the universe gave you the wish.
That's right. And so anybody who would like to, meet, I would greatly appreciate it.
There you go. That's Michael, Maryland, yes?
Yep.
Okay. Let's just say I know a lot of people.
Out here and let someone else have the feather.
Excellent. And Michael,
I'd like to touch the feather for a moment, please.
Sure.
Thank you, Richard.
Finish.
Thank you, Colleen.
Just one sec, Trace. I had a chat with Michael today, so we had a good chat, and everything's up to speed, and he already knows that I'm here. I said if you need to, when you're up there with him on Wednesday, to call Richard, that I'm here, and we can have a little powwow just to make sure that there is no scripting going on and that creation will be allowed to take care of and make it a perfect scenario ending. Tracy, the feather's yours.
Thank you. I just want to say something. Tonight, in the first 20 minutes, this whole emerald table has flipped because of what Kate said. And I want you to listen to this. It changed. Use the name. You're the game. And that entails a lot of responsibility. And that pretty much says it all. It's not, it changed. So if you're using the name, you're responsible.
This is, Tracy, I'm glad you brought that up. This is the difference between the Bundy family keeping the ranch and making all that nonsense go away, or still being legal name slaves, and, the feds are going to do what the feds are going to do. You see, the shields are down, boys and girls. This game layer and veil is so thin right now. Don't mess with it. Please don't mess with it. So stop scripting and start trusting. Anything else, Tracy? Or are you going to hand the feather over, or anything else you want to share?
No, I think everybody should contemplate their responsibility. And
agreed.
That's it. Says it all. Truth is simple, short, sweet, and harsh. That's it.
Well, that's why I'm here. And who wants the feather?
I'll take the feather, Kate, if that's okay.
Peter's yours.
Sure. The feather's going to do what the feather's going to do.
Peter!
Hello, my friend.
Hi, Peter.
Great. Kate, obviously, dead right again, of course. Look, it's a road we have to travel. And Colleen, you know, you still have fear about losing your driver's license, but you know this back. Now you know who you are. There's only one, and you have the right and drive that route. You know, how easy you make it, that's down to you, and what will be will be. But you have to start from that point of knowing. So you know that going back. And look, everyone has their own story, you know.
And, well,
but
hey, Peter.
Peter
Colleen actually had her 2 feather tests to confirm for her that you're right, Colleen. Just accept that. It's all good. Those are what I call feather brushes, where you end up in these really funky little cool scenarios. Just like a feather brush with 7-year-old White, who did the exact same. 7-year-old guys, okay? All you smart intellectual adults out there. 7-year-old, no names here, mate. Okay, and the cop walks away. Okay? Oh, after he said, excuse me, and she said, you're excused.
Excuse me?
No names here, mate. Bye-bye. And off he went. And it turns out, less than a week later, same cop shows up at the school and protects her. And the headmistress, if she actually was going to mention her name, would be arrested. How's that?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the magic.
But this is just, unbelievable. Sorry, man, it happened. So get used to it. 100% success rate. Top that one. Stops foreclosure, stops everything. It gets you out of the game. Hey, Professor, do you want to play a game? Nah, I'm good.
Hey, Kate, and that magic also, not just once the phone rings and they go, but twice.
Took you 2 times to get it. It's all good. You got it now. You got your feather dusting. No more babies, no more probable. What seems like, and all this nonsense that has doubt in it. Get into the aquarium. Hey, I know this shit. It's all good. Now you know.
You can try work out the mathematical probabilities of something like that, but you're better off going with certainty,
Exactly.
Certainty that, you have stepped into the shoes of truth, and as Kate said, the universe will mold itself around you. And, the more confidently you walk in that truth, we all imagine, we all walk, there always is a certain amount of fear, so we're still not quite there. We're walking the path. But yes, the more you do walk in that truth, the more it will mold in a congenial fashion for you. I think that's the whole point. And I'll just say this, I won't hold on to the feather too long, but I'll just say this, of course, Kate, it's one of those sort of no going back options. In other words, there's no option. We know who we are now. The game is exposed. And for the first time in our lives, for many of us, we're faced with a beautiful, landscape before us. And it's just up to us to walk in it. Anything can happen. If we were perfectly aware of all the risks, we wouldn't get out of bed in the morning. But that's not how we live. That's not who we are. So we walk forward and we take what's to come, whatever it may be. But we know who we are now, finally. For the first time in, I don't know, when.
This is the first time in humanity's history that we have the key out. We get our souls back, and we get the archonics out of our playground. The bullies get kicked out, and anyone who wants to swing on the dick of the bully or the crone, dead crone corpseration, the whore of Babylon, you can be swinging off her saggy, grape, poison, pus-filled tits, but you're going with them. So there's your choice, boys and girls. And I'm graphic for the simple fact that I am sick, sore, and tired. I'm really, really, really bored sharing the same thing to get the same kind of shit, but I got to tell you, how many people at this table now are finally like, yeah, we got the game. You just have to turn the key.
Their kingdom, their rotten kingdom, we know what they have done, what they're capable of. So their rotten kingdom has fallen, Can
I share a story about...
Yeah.
Go ahead, Peter.
Sorry,
I just want to share an email, a story of the power of a wish, okay? Ironically, this just came in, I think yesterday. Go ahead. Finish off, Peter. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, Kate, your description is perfectly on the ball, spot on, apt. That's who this kingdom, this empire, or whatever you want to call it, this Babylon has been and is to us for our lives, and it's fallen now. So you're there or you're here, and here is within yourself. And of course, the whole spiritual aspect is kind of forgotten, which is what Kate is focusing on, which is what all that's important ultimately. So these are the truths we each have to take individually. And of course, you cannot script for anyone else, because ultimately you know nothing outside of yourself. That's all you can do, is know that truth that's being exposed by all the great work and all the help. You know, it's not just an individual. We've all learned from other aspects, other points of view, which is, you know, why we're all on a level playing field here. We're all equal in beauty and dignity. And we're all walking our own separate individual paths, which will all converge perfectly. Which
they are.
Not too distant in the future.
Well, it's happening right now. I don't deal in time either, so let's lose that Luciferian construct. Babylon is fallen, not will or has. Future is fallen. So let's just get that concept and hold that pretty little picture, shall we?
I just meant the future in terms of 10 seconds away, Kate.
No. That's still a Luciferian construct. There's only now. Infinite realities existing now in simultaneous timelines. Choose which one you want. And you don't have to do anything. 10 seconds later. Just be in the now and see let the perfect outcome that is sitting there waiting, already created for you, and accept that. That's hard. That's difficult. I can't handle perfect.
Or you can go for the saggy titted horror.
Yeah. And you're going to get wiped out anyway. That's that's it. It's your choice. Physical effect, wiped out, or spiritual cause, get your soul back. And that's what we're talking about here. While it may sound far-fetched, well, have a look. Go see for yourself. I couldn't believe it when I found it either. You know? If you want to know what you are in terms of the system, watch there's a clip regarding the 1958 version of Fly that was shared. Thank you, Shaina. Perfect little clip. And when you watch it, I think it's a minute or so long. When you watch that, you're gonna see the fly in the human form in the web with the spider coming to it. I'm the one with the rock. Watch the clip. I deal. Hang on, Colleen. I just got to get this said the right way. I deal the archons and those that worship the archons by worshiping their system. I deal them both the same. Obliteration. Go ahead, Colleen, and I want to read this email if you don't mind. That'd be great. Go ahead.
Okay, you just said I deal in only the now. Mm-hmm. And I just had an aha moment where when we go back, when we are repeating a story that already happened, we're putting a spell on ourselves because we're going back.
Again, no, that's being subjective to it. What we're doing here is being objective, looking at the occurrence in the Luciferian light. We're still in the physical, okay? That's a given. But know the difference. Just know the difference. We're bringing heaven here. This is the joke, guys. We're bringing heaven here. You don't die, you go to heaven. That's what the priests and the rest of these fucking wankers want to sell you. Oh, don't worry, take Jesus or whatever into your heart, and when you die, you go to heaven. By the way, make my Cadillac pay for me every month. Okay, that's real stupid. Only the living go to heaven, but you don't go there. You bring it here, because it is here. You're blinded by this light concept, Luciferian false light that you're walking around in that you think is so pretty with the sunlight and all the rest of it. It's got you blind. DMT is the accelerant that takes you past and beyond the speed of light. You can actually see things as they are. You start to see the consciousness of everything around you, and it's stunningly gorgeous. And guess what? It's still physical. Oh, what are the odds? What about that? So here's the email. And then, Peter, you're done with the feather. Did you want to offer it up? Okay, I'll take the silence as okay. Okay, I'm going to hand the feather over. Who wants it? Before you start talking, though, I want to read this email just to show you the power of a wish. Who wants the feather? Someone who hasn't talked yet. Anybody? Okay, who's that?
I don't know if I'm on.
You're on. Is that you, Lynn?
No, this is Belle Star.
Oh, hey, how are you? Okay, you got the feather. Just give me a sec to read this, and then do your magic, okay? So here we go.
Okay.
No names required here because this applies to each and every one of you. You see, because all is one, one is all. Let's stay with that program, shall we? Okay, hello, Kate. I write to let you know what happened to me Friday night in the power of a wish. I've been going through my own crucifixion. My ex, father, and supposed mother-in-law are all trying to tell me how to live my life, and I got so stressed out from all the literal shite that I asked the universe to just give me a heart attack and take me out. I know not wise. That was last Saturday. So this Friday night I went into cardiac arrest, and my friends and supposed wife freaked out and had to call 911. The medics came and performed CPR on me. I quit breathing for like 5 minutes, and I was in a peaceful place, no sense of time. When I came to, it was like I was lying on my back, rising to the surface of the water. So they took me to the hospital and kept me all night. All the tests came back negative. Of course they did. Universe will give you the wish, just to experience it. So it shows you how powerful our minds and thoughts and wishes are. I had to learn firsthand. Haha. Now you know. It was just an experience. It was not a scary thing. Just a thing. Much love. So there's someone that don't tempt the universe, because that reality exists, and if you wish for it, well, wish for your happy ending. All right, Bellstar, feather's yours.
Okay, this is my first time calling. Hi, everybody.
Yay!
Hello. Hey, welcome.
Hello. Okay. My magic is when it's lose the name. Lose the name. I lost the name. I lost all ties to the name. I wasn't expecting to see any kind of miracles or magic. It started within, and it started spiraling out. You know how when you're a child and you're going on a trip, say you're going to Disneyland, you're all excited, you get there, you're all excited. That's what I feel like right now. I feel like a child. I feel like I am seeing through a child's eyes. I don't know if you can hear the birds in the background. I tried to go to a quiet spot, but they're getting louder and louder. And just everything is synchronizing. Everything is coming together in my life, just for the simple fact I lost my name.
Beautiful.
I don't have my name anymore.
Okay, here's a question for you, Belle. It's like this. Is Kate of Gaia full of shit, or is maybe she on to something here? You are definitely on to something, because I have been researching this for, I want to say, about a good 4 months. I have been on this path of trying to find myself, and everything that I've researched on the internet, the books that I've read, everything has led me straight to Kate of Gaia. Everything. Every search has led me to you. Welcome home.
And
guys, can you welcome Belle home, please?
Welcome home.
Hey.
About time you made it. We have been waiting for you.
Damn time.
Thank you.
Okay,
you're not a fan from the enemy now, Belle, are you?
What's the common term that we say to people that show up, and it's the BFT. Remember that one?
No.
Fucking what?
That fucking time. You kept us all waiting.
I love it.
Okay, fashionably late is one thing, but come on. I love you. Thank you, hon.
I
Welcome
love
home.
it. Thank you.
BFT Belle.
Oh, and truth can be fun too. We have a great giggle every night about it, even when Kate's in one of her fluffy goes. You know, come on, this is what it's. Guys, I'm telling you, it's so simple. Here it is in a nutshell. If you had this key, if you knew this to the very depths of your soul, and you knew it was the perfect thing, and it was the key that would set everyone free, would you not want to share that? Well, my hope is that you would want to share that with me, and that's all I'm doing. I'm doing exactly what you would do for me. So why don't you accept yourself as perfect, please? Sugar on top. That's brown cane sugar, not the other sugar. Real sugar. Belle, are you good? Do you need to feather a bit longer, or do you want to?
No, you guys know I passed the feather. Thank you so much for letting me share.
Oh, thank you for showing up home finally.
Thank you, Bill.
It's time. Who wants to feather next? Someone who hasn't jumped in yet.
Sumaraha.
Oh, that was a tie. Who wants a feather? Oh, wait. There we go. You got the feather. That's fine. We just need I just want to make sure that they're clear. If you hear two voices, someone can ante up and hand it to the other, and we'll make sure you get it the next time. So if there's a couple of voices come in here, let's just keep this thing flowing and rolling. What do you got, friend? Let's hear it.
Hey, Kate, this is Richard's friend.
Sorry, I didn't make that out.
This is Richard's friend.
Hey, how are you, Richard's friend? Didn't even catch the calling. Yeah, hey, Richard, you got to do something about your phone, man. It's real hard to hear you, and even harder to hear your friend here.
How's this sounding now?
Well, it's good. That's a lot clearer. Just be very clear in the phone because it's got a lot of background in it.
Okay, I want the round table to keep their heads up. This thing is going beautifully, and it's a funny thing how human beings have been characterized in characters, and it's like a comic book. Where all people got contracts, they have contracts too. They hide behind a little shield, and it's not that bad. But you're doing a beautiful thing, Kate, and it's wonderful how you're bringing it out. And it's just got to get spread more and more so people can wake up. We really have to wake the fuck up.
Thank you.
It's getting old. It is getting freaking old.
There, I can feel my heart in you. It is getting so old. Thank you.
It's old. You know what? I went out to work with Rich today, and the wolves are out there hiding in the bushes like predators, waiting to goddamn take the money back to the government. And you know what? Put their name, I hope the little ticket I had, they can put my name on a brick at the courthouse. It is pathetic. These guys, you know what? The bill collectors that call you to check on your bills, who's calling them to check on their bills? You know what I'm saying? This is a dog-eat-dog world, and you got to stand up for yourself. You're at home, minding your own business. These suit and ties are sitting out here. These suit and ties are sitting out here taking our monies. Income tax is like another 4th of July when you bust your butt. And, oh, my God, I seen a picture on Facebook that was so embarrassing that a guy had his money out there that he worked for because the government took it and wanted to send it back to him so he can go buy his kids something, in the month of May and June? Come on. This world is a trip. And it's time for people to stand up, and I'm glad to be at this table. Because I'm getting sick and I am getting sick and tired. And, Kate, you're doing a great job.
You know, the joy of what you're saying is so perfect in that you're absolutely right, and humanity has been duped into thinking money has value, and that's been the carrot that's had humanity chasing its tail. And the truth is, the legal name is the only thing that has you bound. That's it. Everything go ahead, do commerce without a legal name. Good luck with that. The whore needs her dead babies. So I just chose not to be a dead baby anymore.
I told Richard, man, they got the world thinking that evil is red, evil is green. Evil is green. Money. And they'll get it any way they can. It's pathetic. It is really, this world is pathetic.
It's not. It's not the money they're after. This is the illusion. They want. While people are chasing the whole money ideal, the external value outside of themselves. Remember, coin means high priest. So while you're chasing their coins, your soul is armed. That was the trap they didn't want sprung, and it's sprung now. So yeah, you're spot on. And of course, those that are doing the feeding on humanity, whether they're soulless or half souls, they're playing with their very existence, because I'm sorry, Mama Papa, heart of all creation, is not happy. And guess what I get to do? I get to wield a scythe here. So that's why I'm intolerant. These things are coming in like waves right now. So anyone that's committing harm against another in any way, shape, or form, this game's getting ramped up hardcore. So, you know, these seeds that are planted are coming to fruition, boys and girls. And it's gone viral. I'm telling you, from my perspective here, the number of new people that are coming in and showing up, I mean, people are showing up from the Dave Icke Forum. They got them from they're coming in from everywhere. And every one of them saying the same thing. You know, I'm looking at all this, and everything I looked at led directly to you. And I'm saying the table, not me. Remember, we're all Kati. We're all the spirit of the law of truth and consciousness. Right? I'm just the one that I'm the messenger. That's what I do, and I'm not making less or more of myself. That's my role. You all have an equally important, critical role to play. And all I'm asking is to do what you came to do. You made a deal. This is why you're at this table. You made a fucking deal to come here and take care of business. Now let's get it done.
And I had to pay for my birth certificate without a picture to go get my driver's license with a picture. That could have been anybody.
Yep. I can order your birth certificate online. I can order anybody's birth certificate. So that's why anyone that's using a legal name is actually false impersonation. That is a let me see. That's a capital crime. So that's why they can kill with impunity, because if you're using a legal name, you're committing a capital crime. One that has a death sentence attached to it. So don't be surprised and don't get angry when people get killed in custody. Well, you should, but it's up to you to wake up to this fact and know thyself to put an end to it. This hinges on you and me, not them. You stay the course. They are not your concern. And when you get this, you start wielding the scythe alongside myself and so many of us here that are tired of listening to the Babylonians that are talking legal or common law or any of this other absolute pure rhetoric and shite. I did 28 days in solitary 2.5 years ago, not quite 2.5 years ago, to prove that it's all shite. Please tell me I didn't waste my time.
And I'm sitting here with
your time.
Well,
you didn't waste your time, Kate.
I'm sitting here with drunks throwing up, and I didn't have a proof of insurance. These guys have 3 DUIs, are murderers, or beating up a domestic dispute, or whatever, but all they care about is their money. I knew about his favorite football team before I knew how much where was a nice bail bonds when they get me out. We were talking about the Atlanta Falcons, the New Orleans Saints. That is fucking ridiculous.
Oh yeah, again, that's the absolute immature and retarded nature of most of humanity. Bunch of suck-ass kids screaming. And by the way, I'm not talking about the real child, the real inner child. I'm talking about the grown-ups that still haven't got out of high school and are still wrapped up in their little dramas. Go ahead, Randy.
Beautifully said. Thank you.
I put the analogy this way. It's like this. Well, my conversation with my friend in college, right? His girlfriend had slept with my housemate. I saw her in the morning, right? And I'm telling him, we're having a couple beers, and I'm telling him, hey, man, this is hard for me to tell you. I got to tell you this, and I'm telling him, right, because it's the truth, and he's my friend, and he needs to know. And then he goes and talks to her, and she's crying, and no, I wasn't, I did not, I didn't do that, this and that. And then it comes back to me saying, man, she was telling me she didn't do it, blah, 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 blah. Same thing as this. You've been bamboozled with television, with religion, with the law. with your life, with education, that the earth is, well, that's another thing, with all kinds of everything, with football, with baseball and basketball, with me versus you, you know, with black versus white, with us versus them, that I'm better than you, that, oh, you need to kiss my ring, and, you know, I'm your priest, and blah, blah, blah. No. Read the damn Bible. Don't go to church. Read the Bible. Your evidence is all there. Everything is in there. From the kingdom of heaven is within you, to Deuteronomy 4:2, take thine commandments, do not add nor take away from them, as the I Am has told you here. So that tells you there's 11 laws, 10 commandments, and do no harm. So come on, any other law is what? Fraud. I'm done with this shit, man. This is bullshit. Turn off the fucking TV, pick up a book, or go meditate. Other than that, quit fucking around.
Yeah, rule 1 is honor thy mother and thy father, and we're not talking about the meat sticks here. We're talking about the heart of all creation, which is father, feminine, heart, through God's spirit breath, the ro, right? And masculine, intent, the modus operandi of God through spirit breath, mo, theos, ro. So honor thy mother and thy father is rule 1. And what does that tell me? Well, let me make it really clear. Oh, that's right. Just fall back into the arms of mother and father. It's all good. And lo and behold, the Luciferian Satan get thee behind me. Oh, it's just beautiful. It's gone. It's gone. It is so gone. There's no thinking involved here. And this is the Luciferian mind. Needs to think, needs to do, needs to solve, needs to try to control creation itself. It's not yours, nature's, to mess with. Okay? That's why it's the modus operandi of God through spirit breath, not yours. You might say Mother Nature's. And it's not nice to fool with Mother Nature. So get with the program, the real one, not this mimicked shit that we're dealing with.
Exactly. And it's along that, in that same breath, I will also state, we cannot step on other people's toes. We cannot force them to see what they do not. We cannot force them anything, right?
And
that
the joy of this,
against
Randy,
do no harm.
Randy, it's so easy. Once you get this, none of that even enters your reality. The potential to do harm is gone. The potential to be harmed is gone. This is, guys, oh, if you could only see what I see. It's beautiful. You're perfect. Get over it, will ya, please? Come home. You want to see the shit that's waiting for you, just to come home. Mom and Dad, you want to talk Christmas of the universe? Holy shit, guys. Oh, but of course you can fight for your little pieces of meat stick, your little possess ions, your spirit seed of tact creations. Oh, go ahead, fight. Oh, but Kate, it doesn't... Yeah, because you've been duped for a long time. So was I. I just got unduped. And I said, nice one. You got me. My turn. Mom and Dad's not happy. And I'm okay. I'm going to lay back in the arms of real mother and father. This is the mother and child reunion, boys and girls. And the mother, well, father, is the same thing. It is the heart with the intention through spirit breath. That's us, the child that came forth. So stop being the prodigal son and come home.
Yeah, the answer is not outside.
The feather, Randy.
The answer is not outside of you. It never was. It never will be. The answer is within you, always. Turn off the TV. Quit eating dead carcass. Eat some live, living vegetables. Thank them for it, for they have sacrificed their lives for you. Drink your wee. Get out of your head. Go have some fucking fun. Turn off the telly. Turn off the radio. Go out into nature.
Remember to laugh.
Quiet. What, Colleen?
And remember to laugh.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Tracy, you can have the feather. There was someone waiting for it.
That's okay. I'm sorry. I just want to address Randy,
and
then I'll stop.
Yeah, that's fine. Two people chimed up at the same time. So the other one that chimed up that didn't get the feather gets it after Tracy. Don't wait for me to ask you. You're all grown up. Just jump the hell in here. Get in the water. The water's beautiful. Water is truth, by the way. Go ahead, Trace.
And if you're not talking, mute the fuck out.
Really?
All right, Randy, mute the fuck out. I'm going to talk to you right now. Is that all right? Thank you. It's not about skin. Everybody came here on this table knowing we're going to lose our skin. And we knew it was going to use for paper and monetary and Horror Babylon fiction. That's not the point. What the point is, what the evil is usury. Making interest off doing nothing, producing nothing. That's the problem. I'm totally willing to give up my skin because I never had one, nor do I need one. It's usury, interest. And I mute out. Thank you for letting me hold that feather.
No problem, Tracy. Thank you for asking. Whoever chimed in at the same time as the last feather holder, would you please stand up now? The feather's yours.
Yes, I'm standing, Kate.
There you are. How are you, Weechi?
Baby steps, yeah. Yeah,
Hey,
I'm ready. Hello, dear old. Yeah, I'm ready for some more magic. Or, yes, let's do it. I'm getting so eager. It is done. So, let's do some. Well, I'm seeing it in my life, it's all allegory in a way, or symbolism, what my parents tell me, and, I'm just looking at them like, do they know what they're saying right now? What kind of messages or signs or information? And, I just have to look around and I see stuff, or I can read stuff. It's so interesting, but I would like to share it more. I wish, yeah, I can see it. I'm feeling solutions, or I'm seeing alternative systems in a way. Like I'm still also in 3D, but it's getting etherical right now more. And this is why I call in as well. Like I would love to learn more about the soul contracts, or I'm eager for some more magic in a way, yeah.
You and me and the rest of us, it's like the one caller said. I didn't catch the name. So, yeah, this is getting old, guys, and this is why I hit that threshold today of enough. I can see people with the potential to change the planet. And until they wake up and really just see the simplicity of what they're doing to themselves, they have the option of getting buried as legal name slaves. And don't worry, the feds will do it, because you're dead. You're not killing anything that wasn't consenting to be dead. Or you can finally stand in the truth that you are not the legal name, and until you consent to be that, they cannot cross your magic line. Period. No, you won't believe me, but that's what Pisceans do. As soon as I'm done talking, please. Thank you. Never mind. Download. Fucked. Go ahead.
It's simple. Keep it simple. Keep it so simple. Look at the simplicity in children. You want to get closer to heaven, talk to a child. Talk to a child. Keep it simple.
I'm living it already.
People rethink and think too much.
No, but it's not about them. It's about us. It's about
you. We all know that, guys. Guys, we're here. This is getting old too. We know that.
Yeah, sorry.
You got to solve your. No, it's all good. It's all good. You got to solve yourself. Okay, that's the know thyself. That's been the thrust of everything we've done here, and that's exactly the truth. You got to get within. If you're listening to your mind and your eyes and your ears in the literal, you are caught in the Luciferian false light. As soon as you trust your heart, and only your heart, you know what to do based on your heart. If somebody tells you to do something you know to be wrong, you not only do you think that, but you feel it. And only those that don't have a heart won't feel it, and they'll do it anyway. Those are the bioborgs, the soulless. They're just running programs. How can they feel? They don't have a soul or a light within to feel anything. That's why the rock comes down on the spider and the bioborg. Done. See ya. Crushed. Out of here. Out of my playground. We got the inner child coming home, and I'm clearing the path, and I got a bulldozer, a universe-wide. Anybody jumping on for a ride? It's a hell of a ride. Listen to the child. Go ahead, hon.
you're all calling yourself spirit beings, are you not?
Well, see, that's, again, I don't want to get into literal conjecture here, Naomi, because the simple truth is we are all one. And unfortunately, we have to talk in terms that the dualized mind can understand. The soul that you are is part of the all, one individual thread intertwining with all of creation. What we're doing now is bringing those threads back to weave together, maintaining your perfect individuality, which you will never lose because you are one note in the symphony, but you are all at the same time. So I know what you're saying, Naomi. Absolutely
no,
right.
I'm going to pose a lot of questions right just now to you all, right? Sure. You all call yourself spirit beings over this table with the conduct of others is behaving like little wains, with the interrupting, with the rabble, with the jumping on each other's backs. It's totally rude, bad manners, and you all are calling yourself spirit beings. Also, I'm going to put another question to you all, and that's including thyself.
Oh, I'm listening as me. Yeah, absolutely. I have no issues with that.
Everyone is listening to this, yeah, and taking total clear, crystal clear note of this, because the conduct over the room has been absolutely disgraceful, with interrupting, shouting over each other. It's been explained gently so many times to mute out, with all this self-doubt, and you're calling yourselves all spirit beings. Is that not blasphemy to the Creator? When you're having all this doubt of, oh, I don't really know who I really am. You're spirit being. It's nothing to do with the name. We all have to remember this. Also, we also have to look at the children because of their conduct, which is impeccable, totally impeccable. Children grasp it. From children from a young age, they say if somebody has passed wind, which is another word for farting, and if another child has smelt it and said, oh, what's that smell? What do all the children say? Well, you've smelt it, you've dealt it, right? So that's claiming ownership. We're not allowed to claim ownership. If we claim ownership of anything, and I'm including the name, property, a child, anything, we are liable, because the children, what they would do when another child had said, hey, what's that smell? All the children would have said, well, you've smelt it, you've dealt it, and would have started laughing. So that was the child's liability, right? Everyone has to remember, the truth is not out there in books. The truth is within us. It's always been within us. If we look back in history with the tribes where we've all came from, where we've all been separated from, all the tribes would not even mention the name. Because why? Because they felt as if it was giving away part of their spirit energy. And all this nonsense and rabble over the table is absolutely disgraceful. It's putting Creator in dispute. And we are meant to be rising with our energy. With all this self-doubt of, well, I don't really know. I don't really know who I am. Look inwards. Don't be looking to Kate or anybody. Kate's doing her path, just like everyone else is doing their path. Stop being rude to one another. You're calling yourselves spirit being. Your conduct is disgraceful. I've never known anything like it. Interrupting, jumping on each other's backs. Kate is asked gently, softly, so many times. Please, be aware, be respectful. If you can't be respectful for one another, this just shows, in my eyes,
that you've got no respect within yourself. And is that not sad? Don't you think?
Beautiful mirror, Naomi.
Also,
beautiful mirror.
Also, going back to the children, the child that is called Jodie, 9 years of age, from the age of 4, has went through the whole system of secret courts for 2.5 years, also with the threat of getting removed, right? And also with police, etc., coming up to her, right? Where they were going to be taking her away, right? What did the child do? She knows exactly who she is. She writes lyrics. I am a free spirit. I am not an individual, right? She knew who she is. And it's up to us to be remembering who we truly are. Does that make sense? I really hope so. Or unless you need some kind of medical kind of assessment to the brain waves, because you're all behaving like infantiles. When a child is able to have the police back away, I walk into a secret court, not regarding stupid little wee licenses. Oh, what are you going to do? That's the only thing I hear. And if I can do that, coming out of being in a coma with multiple organ failure, yous can do even greater things, as it says in the Blinking Well scriptures, right? And if I can have clerks crying because they knew I was standing in truth, to the point where they all turned around and said to the child, you're very blessed to have a mother that you have, and the fruit falls very close to the tree, and we can see all this, right? Which is never heard in the UK of an individual spirit being going into a secret court for 2.5 years and walking away with the child with no forced vaccinations and no child getting put into the local authority care because they were trying to silence me from speaking out about the truth. I was threatened by them. I had them gunning for me, which is a Scottish word for them all coming after us, right? I was told, sign the paperwork. And if you do not sign the paper, then you are a very silly woman and we'll make this matter worse. Yeah? I had family and friends going, hey, Naomi, you're dealing with the government. You're dealing with the government. You've got no chance. I was having other lawyers off the record saying to me, we cannot even take this case because we'll be opening up a can of worms and we're not prepared to have any fallouts with the local authority, right? So what was I going to do? Back down and sign a bit of paper? No, right? I knew in my heart I was speaking the truth, right? And it was the most horrific experience, right? Right? I'm not talking about a bloody well house or a blinking well motor which you can replace. I'm talking about a spirit being, a soul, a living, breathing soul that they were going to take away where we'd never ever see her ever again. You can't even replace that. You can't even replace that, right? So they were going, sign the paper. Yeah, sign the paper, right? And I knew in my heart, right? I knew in my heart, it was like, go back to Solomon. He was an option with these two women rabbling. That's my way. No, that's my way. Solomon's like, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just cut the wain in half. What did the other woman say? What did the other woman say?
Oh, so she had to
spoke
give it
the truth.
to give the child to the other.
Pardon?
To give the child to the other to save its life. The only mother would do that.
No, she
now,
spoke the... can I finish off, please?
Yeah, sure, Naomi. Naomi, I get it. Just give me a second. I just need you to know that we got half an hour left.
I appreciate it.
And I've got
I'm
a bunch
just going to finish up. I'm just going to finish up. Please remember, we're talking about manners, about respect, right? So the woman had the great intent. She was honest. She was speaking the truth, right? So I went into the court. I said the right questions, right? Stood in honour, stood in truth, right? And I walked away with the child. So if I can do that, right, with a really, really rare DNA, right, which is actually terminal, right? So I'm on really kind of borrowed time, right? And I've been through 8 times of meningitis and septicemia, multiple organ failure, 2 comas, right? Having to learn to walk and talk and going through all that. You all can do greater things if you dawn on you who you truly are, with great intent and standing in truth with Creator. The light's not out there. The light is within, right? All the knowledge is within. We have to turn that eye, the third eye, inward. We have to remove that outer ear and listen with the inner ear. And also, we've got to have respect for our other spirit beings without all this rabble and chaos and repeating about the name. I hope all that makes sense. I hope you all understand regarding this, and I'll pass it back over to Kate with lots of love from this little wee land that they call Scotland. We're just a wee puzzle away from you all, right? Yeah. You're all in our thoughts, right? Because we all are one. So I'm going to pass it on to Kate, and lots of love from this side of the land, because we're going to be soon in unity. Take care.
Already there.
Thank you, Naomi.
Thank you, Naomi.
There's no more powerful example of a human than a mother standing in truth for her child.
Yeah, and guess what? I chose to be the mother of all children, because that's all this whole universe is. It's all mother and child. Lose the illusion and start seeing it for what it is. And you're absolutely right, Naomi. Point made, point taken, and crystal clear. And I'm as guilty as others of it as well. And pardon my passion for knowing what I know and the sheer desperation I feel every minute of every day to get this out. I have a mission. I have something to do. It is not my intent to fail. So if I seem a little passionate, that's why. If I seem really intolerant now, that's why. It's going to cost you your soul, so pay attention. Know thyself. The answers come from within. The only thing we're doing at this table now is moving that whole matrix away from you so you can truly see yourself, where you get to experience the true power and true nature of you shall do greater things than I. Jesus didn't have the internet. You do. Yeah, that's why humanity is awakening. We have the tools to deliver this message on a scale heretofore unknown in human history that we are remotely aware of. So let's stay the course and have at her. Now, I'm going to do a quick shout out here. We will roll over a bit, obviously. I try to avoid this, but we got lots of people still waiting to get in here, and I want to make sure everyone's on. We have 23 minutes until rollover. There's room for 5 callers. The reason why the rollover it's great for people who like to download the archives, but it limits the listeners to 50 once we're full on the board. So that's why the meat, I love to make sure it gets served at the table during the 2 hours. That being said, big thank you to Paul Giovanni and the crew at criticalmassradio.co.uk. Special gratitude out to all of you that are making a difference, working in different formats and different teams, doing the things that you do so well. Ninja for taking so much information and making it available as it comes in at you from every direction. I know, I see it. And for all of you that are doing the translations, you are changing that language consciousness when you do that. That's your power. If that's your silly trick, then what a trick you've got. You actually get to convert an entire consciousness when you translate one document. I'd say that's pretty neat. I'd say that's pretty powerful and a hell of a trick, and I think it's awesome to watch. The Kate's Kids Cove, the work you guys are doing, and the things that you are bringing to the children that enable the children to bring the truth to us. This is the reversal here. This is where we get to live in our inner child again, out of this illusion and matrix. So for those that want to call in, there's room for 3 callers, 661-467-2401, or BT listener 051, I believe. Let me check with Clarity. She always has it posted. Yep. BTR listener 051. Thank you very much, Clarity. You're always on the ball for that one, and to everyone else that jumps on that as well. Easy way to do it is put BTR listener 051 in your Skype contact search, hit search. When it shows up, right-click it, hit call. It'll bring you to the table. Once here, you hit 1 on the phone to let me know you want in, or open the dial pad on Skype, hit 1 there, lets me know you want in as well. Now, that being said, the feather is up for grabs. We got 21 minutes until we roll over, and room for 2 more. So the feather goes to someone who has not spoken yet.
Hello, Goddess. I just wanted to say that I really appreciate the gentleman that was on earlier today. He sounds like the man that was on yesterday. He was one of the very first 10 minutes of the show. But it was really creepy because I was listening to Colleen and she was telling us about the story of getting pulled over, and every time, like, somebody was calling the police officer, that to me, when I heard that, I don't know why, but I got like a fear, like a terrifying, because Kate, when I first started listening to your show on archive on YouTube, there was a time where you guys were kind of talking about the holographic universe, the Matrix, you mentioned it often. Isn't that kind of a confirmation that we do live in some sort of predestined? And what do you think about free will? Like, this is my question. Is there free will, Kate?
Yes, you have the free will to accept all creation, or the free will to mess it up. I chose all creation outside of this hologram, this holodeck. This is the test of tests, boys and girls. You got to see past this veil. So I totally get what you're saying. The things that are happening are confirmations for you to see that you are standing in truth, that you can stand, and that you're getting it. These are your clues on Interstate 60, on Yellow Brick Road, whatever you want to call it, to let you know that, yeah, you're getting it, and it bolsters the internal spirit. And this is where we begin to remove the doubts finally. Get out of Pisces, get into Aquarius for the allegorical comparison. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. So the free will choice, I have the free will choice to choose chaos and stay in this disaster zone, or I have the other choice, the free will choice, to accept all of creation in all of its glory as part of the great plan for all, which is so beautiful, guys. You are still you, and you get the gifts of all creation to play. And you only have infinity to investigate a universe that you will never find an end to. I would say that's a pretty good choice. I'll take that door number 1. Thanks. I'm good.
Can I jump in here, Kate?
As soon as he's done with the feather. And let me know when you're done with the feather. No, that's okay. Just let me know when you're done with the feather.
My last statement is the lady that was speaking about 5 minutes ago with the pretty accent. She said something that I have been thinking for the longest. She says you don't have to tell people your names. They should already know that. That's why I don't really ever introduce myself, because I feel like, if we're all one, we're all part of the same, you're automatically connect. So I didn't say who I am, but you're connecting and you're, feeling me and I'm feeling you and I'm feeling everybody. Did that come across to you? Am I getting that right? Am I interpreting that wrong? And I'm handing the feather back. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I hear you loud and clear. I feel exactly what you're saying. This is where silence is golden. Sig, or the spirit hex. If you utter, remember your name, that beautiful frequency that only you can hear, is unknowable to all but you. It is also unpronounceable. Your vocal cords can't do anything at that level. So this is why the name has to be removed, because that is the only thing that's gluing you to this nightmare. No name, no game. It's how it works. So you're absolutely spot on. And really, this is the trouble with the literal physical world, is trying to explain these beyond imaginable esoteric concepts that are so simple in a dualistic thing world, to try to point out the singularity of you. And that's all we've been trying to do. That's all I've been trying to do for the last number of years. Not only for others, but of course for myself first, because I'm the one that has to. For me, I have to walk the minefield first, or I'm not going to talk about anything, because that would just be somebody babbling on. No, I'll talk of my experiences, and when people have experiences, that's why the table is so powerful, because you get to share your little look-at-you-go moments of the universe confirming that you're standing in truth, and are very well done. So there you go. Let me know, are you done with the feather? If you have anything else, carry on.
Yes, I'm finished. Thank you very much. I'm finished.
Thank you. Now, the feather goes out. I want to make sure that everyone gets in here, guys, please. So I know you have lots of stuff. Just make notes of things that you want to add on to, that you get inspired to, and please, I just want to make sure that everyone gets a voice here. So whoever hasn't spoken up yet, one of you speak up, because I've got too many lines open. I couldn't tell you who's talked and who hasn't. So who's next?
I'd like to speak up. My name's Sean. I called not too long ago before for a first time.
Oh, hey.
I wanted to touch on the topic what the last guy just talked about on free will. From my experiences, I kind of feel like there's an ebb and flow to life, and it's just everything with free will. It's just how you choose to react to each situation. And it's just like you're riding a wave of each situation, how you want to react to each thing.
Yeah, and reaction is part of the physical construct. That's ego, right? If you're reacting to something, and these are the tests that we have to get through. Can you be objective to something, or are you constantly going to be subjective to something? That means that you, sub meaning underject, to put forth, under to put forth. So you have no ability to put out. Ob means to literally throw. Double throw. I have, object, I have, I've, I apostrophe V-E. Remember, all the rules, break them all, use them all. So when we get caught up in this is what I've discovered, and it played out perfectly for me and many others. When you finally get a grip on the emotions, and you're not reacting to everything around you like it matters, I mean, you're the only point of consciousness you can prove. You can't prove I exist, in as much as I can't prove you do. So look at me talking to myself. Imagine that. So for me, free will is very simple. I have the free will choice to maintain a game here in literal hell, getting trapped in all sorts of chaos and muck and everything else that is a constructed reality, not of my building. Or I can have the free will choice to choose the heart of all creation, where all realities, all experiences, and everything that you could ever imagine is already imagined. It is my free will choice to experience those from my singular perspective of me. That free will choice is like, cool, well, I want to go on this ride now. That's my free will choice. Well, I want to go on this one now. I want to experience this now. So what happens for me in my own heart and knowing is that when I accept all things, i.e. the heart of all creation, that's already figured it all out, how arrogant for me to think that I could top that, I simply accept that and go, cool. Welcome back to heaven, welcome back to Eden, and go play. That works way better for me.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. And I've had one other observation lately. Is just it's just interesting how many checkered board, white and black things are in movies and cartoons from like the Freemasons.
Well, again, I mean, these are all clues, and you see, for me, I look at everything objectively. I'm not at effect to a Masonic ritual, nor am I at effect to a court ritual or a government ritual or any of these things. I simply look at them and redefine them as I see them. One, pure bullshit. I'm not buying it. Snake oil salesman. I'm good. You can keep that oil. By the way, just destroy that bottle, or I'll help you. Honestly, I'll help you destroy it. So here's the free will choice that I see. We can stay in the duality and have the free will choice between heaven and hell, literally, or we can have the free will choice to choose any version of heaven we wish at any point. I'm going to go with that one.
I definitely would too.
And I get the free will choice to do it. So it is all about free will choice. I can free will choice myself into whatever version of heaven Mama and Papa have got sitting waiting for me so that I can experience the wonderland of the universe as the inner child, playing, bliss, you name it. Does that kind of resonate at all with anybody? Sure as hell resonates with me.
That's your final answer, Arcade.
That's my final answer. I'm good with that free will choice.
Okay, you got it.
I can accept all those things. So what else? Keep going. You still have the feather, so carry on.
I think I'm good on sharing. I want to pass the feather off.
Okay, well, thank you. That's a beautiful point brought up, and thank you for that, because we don't have a chance to discuss these things unless points are brought up at the table. This is you know how we talk at this table. We throw the shit in the table, and we pick through for the gems, and we get rid of the shit. And then we have a big pile of gems now. It's pretty awesome. And
transmuting it like an alchemist.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're doing. This is the all chem, which is black. So the all creation has all chem E. So it's the all black of consciousness. And only in that can all things be created, because that's where the light came from. And I guess it was a bad idea to think we could outdo creation. Yeah, definitely a bad idea. But boy, did we have a game out of it, and I'm just looking forward to going home.
You're there, Kate.
So there you go. No feathers up for grabs for someone who hasn't talked yet. And as soon as everybody that I know is in, then
Functional Cafe.
There you go.
It's Steve here in the Rockies.
Hey, how are you, Steve?
Oh, going great. Hey, free will and true will. A couple of months ago, I did a search for myself, and I wanted to know what true will was compared to free will, and it actually is quite simple, and it led me to you, is that if you don't have the right to exercise your free will, you can never come to the true will of your true essence. And I don't know, I'll just throw that on the table. I'm sitting here in the cafe. There are no reservations. Please, somebody pick that up. I throw the feather back in, too.
Steve, you nailed it. And I've talked about the free will choice. To come to this table is your free will choice. You can choose to come and run away or be here and hang out with the ranty bitch and a few other ranters that are on the table here, and deal with it as we do. I mean, I'm a alarm blaze, but remember, I've set fire to me first, so I already get that, and no one's going to be harder on me than me. But the true will choice is if you like what's happening and you're starting to really get what's going on, that's now your true choice to return. And everyone has the choice to sit at this table or not. You can love or hate me. I don't really particularly care either way. As long as I get the message across that you are perfect, hate me or love me, I don't care. You're perfect. I know this. I don't think this or believe this. I know this. And I will do whatever it takes at this table with my little fluffy chainsaw to find the ego program, and then promptly and very swiftly, and I'm getting better at it, absolutely destroy it for the program it is, because I know it isn't you. That's the shit on your most perfect windshield of creation and reality. And I'm going to do my best to wipe it clear. And you can punch me, you can kick me, you can spit and hit and all the rest of it, and write all sorts of nasty things and do whatever. Or you can, resonate and get along with it. And, I'm all open to anybody at this table bringing something in. If you can prove anything I've done wrong, please let me know. I need to know. Because I'm here to learn, too. I'm good with that.
Aren't we all sort of like the window cleaners on the cosmic bus?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Good way to put it.
Yeah, and have a party while it's there. As I say, I give the feather back, and thank you for your response.
Oh, thank you, Stephen. And that pretty much sums up everything that I've ever talked about in every hour of every show, of every presentation. Free will choice, true will choice. Your call. So the feather's up for grabs. Now, thank you for summing up my life, by the way, Stephen. That was beautiful.
It's one life.
Yeah, I know. one life, but you summed it up, and that sums me up. Moving from free will to true will.
Hey,
perfect.
Kate.
Yeah.
True man. True woman.
Truth it. I'm good. That beautiful feminine voice that came in needs to have the feather. Go ahead.
Hey, Kate.
Oh, sorry.
Listen, you don't have to apologize for having passion. Passion is wonderful, beautiful, soulful, yeah? And it's wonderful that
Naomi,
we're all remembering.
In the literal sense, I make no apologies because I know what truth is.
Yeah.
And I will not apologize for that, ever.
Yeah.
If thine eye offend thee, biatch, you best pluck it out. Which is to say, if it was a bad idea, you better stop doing it. Just like that. Thank you, Naomi. Absolutely.
Yeah, because it is wonderful that we're also remembering that we can actually ask Creator for anything, and we shall receive without going to the beast, the system. Little birds don't go, hey, Mr. Thrush, going to help us out and get us food, do they? No, they just know the truth that Creator will provide, and we should all try it, do you know what I mean, instead of heading off back onto the rat race of the cycle of the system, and just start connecting back to Creator and asking, and you shall receive. Try it. Everyone try it on this table and come back to me maybe in a few weeks' time with your outcome, and start really truly believing.
Knowing.
Within. Yeah.
Knowing. Here's a way to sum that up, Naomi, if you don't mind. Every instant is Christmas morning. Make your wish. Because I'm telling you, the heart of all creation wants nothing more than to do that for you. Nothing more. I felt that unconditional love. And I'm good. I don't think or believe. I know this. Make your wish to be in that reality. Easy peasy. Thanks, Naomi. That's perfect. Oh, we got some more newbies. Well, not newbies, but I know I got Richie just came in. Steve is in. Just one sec before you guys jump in here. Feather is up for grabs. Who hasn't grabbed it yet?
Kate, I'm still waiting to share some magic.
Oh, would you? Oh, please. Is this Christy?
No, it's Dee.
Dee, oh my, well, how did I miss that voice? I'm sorry, hon. But share the magic, because we love magic here at the Magic Kingdom World. 4 minutes, the board's full. Sorry about your luck, guys. Okay, carry on.
4 minutes. I'm trying.
Oh, no, we're going to roll.
Magic in 4 minutes.
We're going to roll over as long as we need to. I want to make sure everyone's voice is heard. But I'm just saying, tough luck for those that want to call in to get the rollover, because the board's full. My apologies to everyone. But we only have room for 50, and I got room for more. There you go. Carry on, Dee. Have at her. Magic time.
Okay, something that's being created, and this is a continuation from the last time I phoned, and things have just kind of carried on from there. If I'll just refresh the memory. I know not everyone on there has heard the story, but it was about the key to the garden shed, and how I was looking at all that anagogically. Yes. And well, I've also, it's just so many things. It was, you know, how it all happens at once, and you can see it all so clearly. But first of all, the garden that I was working at, I started working there last year, and it was all just during the summer, and it was just such a blissful summer of just being able to do this work in this community garden. And then it all ended because I had to go back to work because it was term time and I work in a school. And then at approximately the same time that I found this place, with you, and I don't know, how do you explain? The Emerald Table. I found the Emerald Table. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. At approximately the same time, I was called into the office at work to say that my hours had been cut, and suddenly I was able to work at the garden again. And I have to say, the name of the garden is Love Lane, which I just think is beautiful. But it's just that the timing of it, is just incredible. So this happened with me suddenly realizing this, and that I had the key, and that I was watering this garden, and I'm nurturing this garden. And then a couple of other things happened, and it was sort of, in a way, I was kind of hijacking somebody's post on Facebook, and I really hadn't intended that at all, but it just came so fast that I had to go with it. And it was linking everything up, and on the road to St. Eustace, I found that there was a buck appears, and this place where the buck appears is called New Bridge. And that happened the same time that I'm working in the garden. And I go back to the garden, and there's now a ladder that goes down to the river where we collect the water. And there's a pond, and I planted some sage, so there's wisdom in the garden. And I just know that what's going on here is that I'm getting a vision of our garden. It's the Garden of Eden, and the new bridge that we are all going over now. And that's what's happening. We're creating the Garden of Eden together. We're co-creating. It's not me doing it, obviously. We're all co-creating this, and I'm just seeing a vision of that, a very small vision of the big picture, and it's just amazing. So that's it. That's the magic.
Oh, perfect, Dee. And, you are sitting in the middle of the Garden of Eden right now. And this is why people cannot, we're blinded by the Luciferian light. And that's exactly what this construct is. So, bridge, absolutely. There's someone, now pay close attention, guys, there's someone that's following their yellow brick road and seeing the clues as to how to cross it. We cross this bridge together, and we here's the magic, guys. You save yourself, you bring all those you love with you. What a deal. What a deal is that? This is why you don't concern yourself with family members and friends and everybody else just because they don't get it. It's not important that they do. It is important that you do, that you stay the course, because in your own benevolence and your own unconditional love, you're going to pull those parts of you through anyway. And boy, won't they be surprised. And boy, won't they be going, oh, wow, you were right. She said, it's all good, so let's go play. There's no need to, I told you so. There's none of that. It's just like, I told you, isn't it great? That kind of energy instead, right? But, that was a beautiful anagogic quest, Dee. That was beautiful. And so right on the money. Isn't it funny how everything is perfect once you simply accept it?
Oh, yeah. You're all here with me at Love Lane.
Isn't it great? And the inner child's coming home, boys and girls. You see the excitement. I think I might take a walk on the other side tonight, because I tell you, I must be transmuting a shit pile of dark energy, because I feel that hitting the wall coming on. So I don't care whatever it takes to get rid of this shit. I got it. Throw it at me, and I'll take a walk to the other side and let that get taken care of. But you guys need to know how absolutely stunningly beautiful you are. And I'm not waxing eloquence here, and I'm not being altruistic, and I'm not blowing sunshine. I'm just stating the facts, and that's an objective fact statement. I'm not into subjectivity. I'll leave that for those that want guns and conflict and the rest of this nonsense, and to keep the matrix going on and trapping themselves in their own foolishness, ignorance, and pride. Time to get on with it, don't you think? And that's what we're doing here. So, Dee, anything else, or you ready? You want to toss the feather, and you can actually, again, guys, once you're done with the feather, just put it up for whoever hasn't spoken yet, and let's work this together. Don't wait for me to take the feather to hand it to somebody. Let's get it going together, guys. Let's get the symphony working together. So, your call, Dee. If you're done, great. If you're not,
I'm just going to leave with this thought. That there's a lot of shit at Love Lane, because everything grows out of it. So that's it. I'm done.
Well, thank you, hon. Thank you so much.
Love shit lane.
Hi everyone. I'll take the feather for a second, and I just wanted to say I watched Bill Donahue posted the Kabbalah. I can't remember what number it was, but he was saying the exact same thing about we bring heaven here. So I just wanted to share that because he posted that today, and it was just like profound that it's always so coinciding with everything.
Yeah, Bill's my reality check. Anytime I need to know what the headline needs to be, Sivan or Bill actually give me the headlines to confirm that we are moving. Yeah. I mean, there's a genie in your head, another one he just put out, and it is coincidence. That's why I know that we're getting there, because I'm just checking with all those that I know that are walking this path, have been through the mill. And the universe gives me everything I need to look at and go, yep, we're there. Yep, we're there. Let's carry on. So thanks, Janet. You got the kids nearby?
Oh, yeah, Emma's right here, so she's been waiting. So here we go. Here you go, Em. No. All right, well, here's Jaden.
Okay, no problem.
Hang on.
No problem. No names here, mate. Just give us a shout out, guys. We want to hear the voices of the real child saying it.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
No names here, mate.
Oh, yeah. Right on. And another little gentle reminder, someone's typing. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, guys. Awesome. Thank you. See the energy when a child says it? It's just so, grow up, grown-ups. We got this. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Well, mate,
all right.
Names.
Janet, are you done with a feather? She's probably muted.
Yeah, I passed the feather. Thank you, guys. Beautiful sharing.
You passed the feather. You want to see a doctor about that, Janet?
Yeah, I know. I just passed a feather. Oh my goodness, better than a kidney stone, I'll tell you that. For anyone who hasn't spoken yet, the feather's up for grabs.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
there you go.
I'm a new caller. My name's Rich.
Yeah,
Rich.
Hey,
Rich.
Yay. Hey. What's going on, people? Geez, I had a whole bunch of stuff to say, and I'm drifted off into Neverland here. And then hearing Janet's kids, that's awesome. No names here, mate. Don't you love kids' voices? That's awesome.
He does.
Yeah, what the heck was I going to say? I tell you, like the past week or so, I just been in like this gestation period, and geez, just seeing things clearly, and keeping myself in that neutral spot, and just keeping myself out of that state of defense. You know, I got nothing to defend, or I'm just loving it. It's a game. I'm just loving this game. You know, this consciousness. It's unbelievable, and I can see the parts of me that are a total illusion, and it's like they can be with me, you know. But the highest point, that's that gestation period, is getting back into that level, and really hearing people, because just the past several days I've been listening to everyone, and we can, for me, I can see myself shift and see others shift, and the love, you know, that unconditional, real unconditional love, not that false, I guess we could say, right? Luciferian love, the special love, right? That's the part that that I got trapped in, special, like I'm with this person, and I see it, and that's how my energy dropped. My own personal journey is when I specialize this love towards one particular. That was a trap right there, but I learned, and I can't. I have to love everybody unconditionally. I don't care who they are. I don't care what they say, what they look like, how smart they are, how ignorant they are. I'm going to treat them as if I would want to be treated, right? That's the golden rule right there. And that guy that was on yesterday speaking, he was talking, people had questions about all these things going on, and I've had incidences with people, and somebody. That's the thing, like with me, and this is what I say, and I've heard it said before, is I let the situation present itself. Yeah, I've scripted a couple of times, but I'm out of it. I know how to. I just know who I am, and I'm just in a position to serve. Is that position to serve, and if any situation comes up, and I don't care what it is, I'm going to treat that person like I would want to be treated. Somebody needs a hand, I'm going to give them a hand. If I can, what I can do, I'll do. And because if my spirit was down and out, if I was at the lowest of lows, it'd be a real nice thing if someone come along and was just a good-hearted soul, and just speak to them like they're God, and just speak to them as if they're the most important being that ever existed, because they are. I know that. That's the part that I see in me, so I'm going to see it in them as well. And it was a saying I heard, and I'll pass the feather after this. A couple other things I wanted to say too, but I just talking about something I wasn't even going to talk about, and there's a saying that all things that love. Let me make sure I get this right. All things that love, soon I will see, and all things that love, soon will see me. I think that's how it goes. And that's all I want to say. And I'm just really glad to hearing everybody's voice and sharing. And it's awesome. You guys are awesome. So I'm passing the feather.
Mirror. So I am not sure who we have left to go on, guys.
I just want to say to Rich, thank you. I received what you gave.
Yeah, that's all good.
I love you too.
Okay. So not sure who else hasn't spoken yet, and so whoever hasn't shared yet, please speak up now.
Good evening, all.
There we go. So Steve, that means that everyone has shared, because you were I think the only one I was waiting for. So have at her, my friend. Feather is yours.
All right. Well, thank you, and all love to everyone at the table. And
hey, Steve.
I know of late, and probably in most times in my life, my words are not presented properly, I guess would be the word, to not offend. But anyhow, I've been having a talk with myself late, and as some of you know, I've been paying a lot of attention to the energies from the sun over the last couple of years, and I've mentioned the changes in the lighting and the contrast, and the changes in the growth cycles of the plants, and there's just a multitude of changes on this planet that are just awesome and amazing. And through the last year or two or three, the chemtrail situation, and trying to decide whether it's them doing it, is it Mother Earth doing it, is it Creator doing it? And I've come to a point when somebody mentioned a little earlier about ask from creation and you shall receive, so this is she asked for input on that, and this is my input on it. I have found that the colors in the sky have faded to opaque. There has not been a beautiful sunrise or beautiful sunset with the color-filled skies, for me anyway, for at least a couple of years. And I have started to ponder the question of, am I awaiting the energies to come in and to raise me to this higher level? Or is creation waiting for me to create from within the beauty that I see through my own heart? And as I've been seeing my canvas go white through the opaqueness of the sky and the contrasts upon the land, I have of late started to try and create from within the beauty I want to see. And today, I mowed about 30 acres of hay, going round and round in circles in a tractor, looking at this fucking beautiful sky. Then I realized that I was creating this picture as I was going around and around. It might sound insanity to some, but the creation that the creation is waiting for is what I am creating from within, not what is coming from without. It's the energies that are coming from within me that are going out that co-create, not the energies coming in that co-create, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I just like this, Steve, it was beautiful. I just love to sum it up in the most simplistic way.
Yeah.
What we're learning to do is accept all of creation, and once we make the daydream, once we actually get into accepting that reality that we wish for, instead of buying the nonsense that we've caught in, this is one of the reasons, like I've mentioned this before, your crazy awesome spirit trick is to see the subtleties and the contrast. And like we all have our own way of walking our particular roads, each one as critical and as important as the next, just from a completely different perspective. But look at that, it's telling the same story again. And all you have to do, we're not necessarily co-creating. We are finally accepting that which was perfect and meant for us in the first place. And all we have to do is dream it into existence.
Yep.
So well done, Steve. Yeah. I'm loving your skies, baby. Keep them painting. I can accept that. I can accept that all day long, baby. Beautiful. Nice accepting there. It's beautiful.
Thanks, Steve.
So, does anybody else want to jump in here? Because I'll be honest, guys, I'm really at a point where I feel I need to lie down. There's been a shit pile of stuff gone through me, and I know this feeling. So I am going to go and get some air and zone out. Air and zone out. Isn't that cool? I love how that works. So anybody else that want? Oh, one second. I got 760 coming in, but go ahead, Richie.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that that's what I've been going through. Everything's been quiet, and that's what I feel is transmuting that the dark energy, and I don't think of it as bad or good. It's just that's keeping that neutral point, and absolutely, Kate, is transmuting that, and just accepting within my own mind the responsibility of everything within my mind, and the only thing I can do, or any of us, is share that, and that's exactly what it is we do at this table, and that's the beauty of it is. And we've definitely taken it to a whole new level. This level is just increases, and we stay on point. And that's the beauty of this place here.
So I'm just my wish is that those on the Bundy Ranch and those that were in, possibly we have some in the call right now. I have no idea, But it is my wish that they get this most simple of truths and send the whole system packing with a complete system inability to come anywhere near the land, because they can't do anything without your consent. You consent to the name, well, I'm telling you, everything attached to that legal name that has been registered is open season, boys and girls. And you close the door when you say, no, I'm not that legal name. Have a nice day. Go away. Let it go, and any harms that you think you've experienced and what have you, I've been through the mill. Many of you, if not all of you, have been through your own personal crucifixions. I learned quite a while ago. And it's been a journey of reinforcing this within myself. I don't need vengeance. I don't need to choose and judge and, seek revenge or any of that nonsense, because I abide only by the golden rule. That which was wished upon me has been wished upon those that wished upon me. I simply say, okay, Mom, Dad, I'm good. You're going to take care of it as it needs taken care of. I wash my hands of it. So this is the Christ and the Pontius Pilate at the same time. Let it go. Let it go. Because any vengeance you're holding on to, and I work through this every day, guys. There's still little things that I've got clinging to me that I'm picking away at, trying to find out where that little barb is caught in me to get rid of it. So don't think that for 1 second that I don't have work to do, because I do. We all do. And it's the level of responsibility in that work upon ourselves that we take upon ourselves that is going to be the make or break. And I choose to go to door number 1, and I will do everything and anything in my free will choice to have all of that stripped from me so that my own inner child can experience the heaven of creation always wanted for us all along, and ne'er to leave Eden again. So if anybody has any wrap-up points tonight, I'd love to hear it. And from there we'll move on. I have the 2 shows tomorrow, 2 for Tuesday, which is 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard as usual, and of course back to the table at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, 7 nights a week, because this table is that important that it needs to be there for everyone that is showing up, and there are many. Many are coming home. That's the joy of truth. Once it resonates, there's no denying it. Well, you can. Not something I would do personally, but that's okay. If that's your choice, don't worry. That feather turns into a mountain real quick, so just a little word to the wise there. Not something, that I would do. So any wrap-up comments would greatly appreciate it so that I can get on with my evening and get myself grounded out. Anybody? Feather's wide open, whoever wants it.
Hey, Kate, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. How are you?
Hey, how's it going? I called in yesterday. I was talking. We were talking about school.
Yeah, Skater. You sent me the Skype contact, didn't you?
Yeah. Did you get that?
Yeah, that was the Julian one.
Yeah, right on. Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you called. I'm glad you called because I actually haven't had a chance to get back to confirm everything with you. So I'll make sure that you and Skater have each other's Skype contacts. Fair?
Oh,
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Do that right now.
Okay. Oh yeah, I was just. Do you mind if I share a couple things?
Dear God, you do whatever you want at this table. Stop asking for permission, God. You don't need it. Mom and Dad have this. Stop playing God and just be. Carry on. Yes.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking, I think someone was talking about, breath, the breath of, the creation, and, I was kind of thinking how it, related to, the table and, the emerald table, how it's kind of, everyone that, comes and, shares, maybe, the inhalation is, our daily lives, and we all kind of go out and we get our experiences, and we all, live our lives, and then we come in at the certain times, and then we just share, and maybe that's the exhalation. I was kind of thinking that.
Yeah, you're dealing the ebb and flow of creation. Yes, absolutely. You see, when we breathe in and out, it is a tiny fractal of the breath in and breath out of the universe. which in terms of time, to allow any game to persist and have the illusion of it, including heaven itself, is my feeling. One must have a contrast between the breathing in and breathing out. And right now what we're doing is breathing ourselves back into the garden, if you will.
Yeah.
The table is set. All you got to do is sit at it.
Yeah. And I'm trying to get my parents to my dad's he's a car head. He's got a couple nice old classic cars. He's got a 67 Jag E-Type, and he's got this old 67 MGB driver.
Nice.
And,
fun cars.
And I've been trying to get, because he got that MGB for like $2,000, and I've been trying to let him like let me have it and like work on it, because
I'll tell you what, Julian.
So cool.
I'll tell you what, Julian. See, that's a physical Scorpio showing up. Let's get your heavenly one in order. If that is something that you need to move forward, then simply sit back and allow it into creation instead of trying to manifest things. Don't worry. Universe will give you everything that you need. And I promise you this, it will give you more than you can imagine. And won't you be surprised? So let's just leave it at that. Again, this goes back to the 10 Commandments. Coveting thy neighbors. Yeah. Well, so just let it go. Get out of the want, Scorpio, of hell, and grab the I don't want that, I don't need that, Scorpio, which is heaven, and just allow creation to flow for you. Gosh darn it, kind of worked for me, and I boy, there was a lot of things I wanted, but creation is going to give you exactly what you need, and then some, once you can simply accept that and lose this whole I need to control my reality. You don't. You just need to stand in truth. And creation takes care of it from there. So, by all means.
Sounds like a plan.
MGB's a cool little car. I love those. And E-Type, that's cool too, but I don't imagine your dad will part with that too quickly, but that's okay. Who knows? Just put it out there and leave it alone. Is it meant to be in your journey home? And accept all things and go, if it is, yes, great. If it isn't, yes, great, I'm good. Either way, whatever. I approach this from the objectivity of the servant to servants. It makes the game so easy. I don't have to think.
Yep.
My role, my job is simple. It really is. As crazy as that might sound, it is the most simple job in the universe. And, of course, the meek shall inherit the earth, the heart. That's the only way you're going to get home to the heart. So, but anyway, I hooked you and Skater up. I've got Skater coming in here. I'll give Skater the last word because, guys, I really need to roll out of here. So, Skater, jump in here, my friend.
Well, I just want to share a quick story about pretty much getting what you wanted in a way like. How to explain it? I don't know. Without actually like going out and getting it, I guess. Just the universe just bringing it to you, and you really don't have to do that much work. So here's the story. I needed a new like skateboard part because mine was all messed up on the weekend, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I could use a new skateboard part, and I just pretty much forgot about it. And then 2 days later, I'm sitting in class. The guy right behind me says, "Oh, I'm selling a skateboard. I need the money for something." And then and I share, like, I buy it half the price with some other friend, and then I get the exact price I need. And then my really nice friend that I have, he just ends up giving me an extra skateboard part just because he was feeling nice or something, and that really helped me out. So yeah, that's my story.
It's funny, the universe works in mysterious ways, so it's all good. Got lots of scuffling going on in the background. So any last thoughts there? I can hear someone.
Yeah. I want to say real quick, those are the young kids, huh? That's awesome. that the young kids are coming to the table here, and young guns. That's awesome. Hey, I'm young too. We're all young, so.
I'm infinite. I don't have an age. I'm immortal.
That's right. That's awesome. And you know what dawned on me like I don't know, probably 8 years ago, going through my contemplating and like I'm always with me, so it's inevitable that I'm going to be thinking, while I'm with me, right? So that's what I used to always say to myself too. It's like I'd say, Richie, what the hell would I say? It'd be like self. Yeah, I'd say self. Listen to self, and just So that's what it is. We're having a conversation. I'm having a conversation with myself when I'm by myself, and I'm having a conversation right now with myself by themselves too, right? So, but the thing that we talk
and other points of view.
Yeah, the other points. And it dawned on me, right? And it's, Jesus Christ, right? The man.
Okay, Richie, can we condense this, please, buddy? I really need to get off air. I really don't feel great right now. Okay, thanks.
I hear you. The first thing that was said, like you talk about, Kate, I hear you, and we see like this, the manifesting physical stuff. It's all, it all plays a role. But the thing is things that I wasn't told, which it was inevitable that I came to realize, is the first thing that was said, okay, was to first seek out the kingdom of heaven. He didn't say go find a relationship, build a house, build kingdoms, and first seek out the kingdom of heaven, And that's the part that I do, day in, day out.
The kingdom of heaven is within. And that's all you need to do. Just listen to self. And I'm going to roll off here, guys. Just I got 2 shows to do tomorrow, and I don't usually do a third hour on Monday anyway, so we're already half an hour into it. And thank you guys so much for being at the table. And I just need to go and get rid of a lot of negative shit that I've apparently brought upon myself to clean it out. And that's good. That's what I do. So on that note, I'm just going to say a great big thank you to everyone. And don't forget, same time, same place tomorrow, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard and 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard here on criticalmassradio.co.uk. So much love to you guys, and we'll catch you tomorrow. I love you more than you could ever imagine. Promise.
You're listening to Kate of Gaia on Critical Mass Radio. The game is up. Now, it's our turn.
The mirror, the G being the hex of consciousness, and the O being all of creation's womb. So what do we have? We have the consciousness hex in the womb, which is being removed. And when you exercise your rights, R-I-T-E-S, versus the stupidity of someone thinking they need permission to have rights, like someone else can tell you what rights you have, well, you're either going to do evil or do good. And don't worry, Mama Papa Universe is going to deal you up. You see, this is the joy of knowing the heart of all creation. It's already done. And the free will choice is for you to accept truth or keep running blind into the muzzles of federal troops. There's one key that unlocks your door to freedom and locks the door behind you that none of the werewolves, vampires, commonly called corporate governments. I don't care if it's a state government, I don't care if it's a town government, municipality, a federal, or a world government. Because this key that we share here every night is the one key, the one ring that rules them all. And we only have a 100% success rate to prove it. For those that still have doubts, that are still living in the fish head Piscean era, get your ass to Aquarius. Get into the I know stuff instead of the I believe. So you can doubt me all you want. I don't give a shit personally. What I do give a shit about is if people are going to continually see this and deny it, then you are as guilty as the pedophile priest or rabbi rapist. So you might as well get out there and get busy being a real evil monster, because your ignorance already has you as one anyway. You know, in for the penny, in for the pound, boys and girls. This is the shit or get off the pot moment. It really is that simple. And I really am that intolerant now. So that being said, we are solution-based, not theory. No theory here. You see, the joy of what I've done for me in terms of my own walk is everything I've written, I walked first. I didn't hand it to someone to go and walk for me. Sorry, I'll take care of my own business, and I'll tell you something. I can walk on the minefields because I know the mines are powerless. And yes, I stepped on a few. And whatever you want to refer to this dark principality, archonic energy, whatever the hell you want to call it, did its level best to try and make me buckle. You know, first by destroying family and stealing home. You guys have heard the story. It's old. To say I've been through the mill is a pretty accurate statement. So I'm going to urge those that are perchance listening as part of the Bundy family. It's just pure art. And although I cannot read it, I will tell you what came off that page was something beyond beautiful. Never mind the characters, which are gorgeous in terms of. I love the Chinese and Japanese and Korean characters. They're just they're so beautiful, and they carry concepts within them. So anyway, a great big thank you to Glenn and Rhea. I believe they're in Hong Kong for getting together and putting the effort into this, and I know it could not have been easy. Not only are you translating a language, you're also translating all the characters as well. And here's the gift you gave humanity, Rhea. You set the Mandarin Chinese consciousness free with your translation. That's a big deal. And I need you to know the power you wield when you translated that. You translated the contract. And the contract, once there, is done. Only if but one shall awaken. And every one of you is the one every time you do this. If but one shall awaken. And that's all of us. And that's all I'm hoping for with you guys. And I tell you, this is why, for me, there is no doubt, absolutely no doubt in my mind, the power of what it is we're doing. We are currently running what is the percent success? 100% success rate. This kills everything. This kills absolutely everything. And I do want to talk about the Bundy Ranch in particular tonight. That's why I wanted to bring Randy in. But first off, I'll get Colleen to share some stuff. And guys, I am completely intolerant of literal anything regarding legal nonsense, which is just a matrix to get you all wrapped up in that web for the spy to feed on you. Well, this is Kate of Gaia taking that rock and crushing both of you. It's really that simple. Get out of the web. Get out of the web stirs. No, it's not a coincidence. We proved that long ago. So your mission, if you want to challenge me, well, one, you better read all the writings on kateofgaia.wordpress.com, and you better go over every single thing that I have shared in that. And then you can open your mouth. Because until then, it's just a fucking ego. And I have no time for egos. For anyone that's been at this table for any length of time, I cut through that program very quickly. Because that's all it is. It's not you. You're perfect. Try drilling that through people's heads. You're perfect. No, really, you are. I know you are. I can see you. It's that shit program you have running that makes you think it's you, the tricky little bastard, the ego, the emotions, call it whatever, the react ions, the reactions. That's all ego. And I have really no other word to use other than that. It's something that can put a label on it. But I'll tell you, it's very simple, though. E being Yan in the mirror, the darkness, the true dark. And I need you guys, if you have at your fingertips an opportunity to change the world. And I mean in such a level, in such a way that you cannot even fathom right now. Because I'll tell you this. Any assumption or presumption of legal Bundy name, well, the feds can come in and take their property because you're a slave. You're dead by consent. So if you want to be a dead legal fiction slave by claiming to be the legal name that you do not own, you never did own the legal name. Your name is yours. But you see, here's the problem. You get confused between what is your name and what is legal name. And that's where the hardest thing is to get across to people, because they have a hard time differentiating. Well, what's the difference? Well, I'll tell you. One is going to set your soul free, and the other one is going to allow the dark archonic energy to feed on you, where you're in the cheerleading section of watching rapists, pedophiles, do their thing to children. And I mean it literally. So anyway, I'll bring Randy in for now, and then we'll get the others that have chimed in here. Randy, let's get. This will only take about 5 minutes to get this point across. Randy, you there?
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, this is how complicated it is. It's like so complicated. It'll take about 5 minutes to get. Hopefully. And here's the challenge to everyone listening: go ahead and prove what we're about to share wrong. And good luck with it. You better. Like I said, you better get to my website and read, because you're going to need to know how these soul contracts were actually initiated, how they were sealed, what's really going on with loans and mortgages, and the Midas touch and things like that. Because these things that I've written were all written from an experiential, spiritual perspective, not a physical. I mean, I endured the physical effects of what I did, but I also knew the cause that was involved in it. So, Randy, if you had something to say to the Bundy family, and my wish, Randy, you know this, is for them to keep their land. I can show them how to do it without guns, without anything. So that's my intent here. It is simple. So why don't you share what you know, and we've got others here. I'm just going to open the mics up, guys. So feel free, Randy. You take the line first, but everybody else. Feel free to confirm what Randy's about to share. Go ahead, Ray.
All right, gang.
No.
So someone's mics are open and I can hear you talking there. That's cool. All right, just letting you know. So, Bundy family, just so you know, you don't need anyone's approval to do anything. You've already got this, okay? But what it's going to require for you is to hold back your predetermined thoughts, your trained thoughts, your programmed thoughts from education, from society.
And I've had a day of this. I have to tell you, people that are showing up in droves that are getting this. I actually have a very hard time reading my emails now. I just got them finally open and went through quite a few of them already. And it's the same message. I got to tell you, one of the things that motivates me, it's actually the motivator for me, is watching when people go, oh my God, I get it. And then all of a sudden, their universe shifts. And those that want to stay in the meat stick paradigm of anger, hate, guns, war, all the rest of this shit, you're saying it's okay for people to rape children. And you see, here's what a compassionate being does. Just like the ending of the 1958 movie, The Fly, where a fly or human was trapped in the web, and the spider that was going to feed upon it was coming at it and started to bite into this human. And of course, what happened? Well, a human grabbed a big rock and crushed them both. That's what compassion does. It puts psychopathy, insanity, malevolence, evil out of its misery. And if people are not willing to wake up to the simple truth, and I don't care if you believe it or not, here's the challenge. You got to go and prove everything I've done wrong. Good luck. And you better do it from an outside-the-box perspective, because until you see the true nature of this game, the spiritual nature, you are blinded and stuck in a meat stick reality thinking that this is all there is. Ask yourself that question, is this all there is? And then ask yourself this question, seriously? Really? Is this all there is? And you might be surprised at your own answer. You actually might listen to yourself and hear the truth for the first time in your miserable existence, like it took me to hear the truth the first time in my miserable existence. As I promised, I will not be gentle tonight. Do not go gentle into that good night. I am here with a swathing scythe. And I'd asked Randy, I talked to Randy earlier today, we're going to get into this, but first off, I'd already talked to Colleen as well. I want her to share both of her stories that she shared at the end in the recording last night, which is one of the reasons why I really would like to limit these to 2 hours so that we have everybody. And, we're not tailing off at the last where some of the juiciest bits come out. Get your juicy bits out now, please, okay, while we've got like over 1 million listeners tuned in. That would be really, really cool, guys, big hats off. I have to tell you, I received a copy of the translation into Mandarin Chinese today. And when I opened it up, it was...
You're listening to Kate of Gaia on Critical Mass Radio. The game is up. Now, it's our turn.
Good evening. Welcome to Outside the Box. Yours truly, Kate of Gaia, coming at you in the soul. Never mind this meat stick stuff. Here on criticalmassradio.co.uk. Tonight is going to be a very passionate night, I assure you. I have reached the point of intolerance. And, people are either going to wake up and get this, or I bid you fair and fond farewell to you and your soul and everything you thought you were and ever could be. The choice is, of course, yours. It's entirely up to you. People can stay in complete ignorance and conflict and ego jibber-jabber, caught in the illusional matrix called legal, common law, anything to do with this system at all. You want that, knock yourself out. So here's your choice. You can be idiots and stand behind guns and threats, or you can stand behind the power of creation. The trouble is, though, you have to stand in truth on that one. And the truth is not comfortable. It will be as a pea to the princess. And no matter how many mattresses you pile on that pea, your sorry ass is never going to go to sleep. And I promise you, I will make sure that that pea is so large and so covered in thorns tonight that you will have a choice. It will be clear. You commit spiritual suicide, or you carry on with the game. Because those that want to still play in this matrix, you are harming the children of this planet, and I see you in the same light as a rapist pedophile. I don't have gray areas. You're either doing good or you are doing evil. You either support benevolence or you support malevolence. And I assure you, anything you support in the system via consenting, agreeing, thinking you are the legal name on a piece of paper has you in the not quite so loved group by me. Because you are part and party to every murder of every child, every rape of every child on this planet. Because here's the facts. Boys and girls, there's no stop or slow down on this one. If you are supporting a system that enables this to happen, then you are party to the crime. And I don't care if you're sitting in the getaway car at a bank robbery. If someone gets killed in the bank, you're charged with murder. That's why every sin or every crime is one, none more serious than another. You either stand in the light or you stand in the poison of the dark Luciferian light. It's really, really that simple. And I am intolerant.